Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to our Hellboy Spoiler Review. I just finished doing my non-spoiler review of Hellboy, so if you haven't seen Hellboy yet, you should go check that review out. I'll link it in the card thing up here in the corner. But yeah, this is going to be my spoiler review, talking about all the things that went down in Hellboy that I just need to share my general thoughts about. So yeah, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie yet, this isn't the video for you. But yeah, my spoiler review for the new Hellboy movie. My general thoughts, as I said in my non-spoiler review, is I just thought this movie was all right. The action, none of the action scenes particularly jumped out at me per se. The story I didn't think was very creative, but also wasn't that bad. It was just kind of an all right movie. But yeah, my spoiler thoughts on the other hand, there's some things that went down in this movie, which I didn't talk about obviously in that last review, the non-spoiler review, but there's some spoiler stuff that went down in this movie that I'm a little like, oh, okay, alright, that's the structure we want to go with this Hellboy, alright, maybe I'm missing something. I haven't read the Hellboy comics, I've been meaning to get to them, but there's a lot to read, there's so much to read, so much to watch, I can't get to everything, but nonetheless, there was some stuff that happened in this movie that I thought was just like, what? So first off, again, spoiler, Hellboy is a descendant of King Arthur and can wield the Excalibur. He's the King of England? What? What? Did I seriously missed something about Hellboy? I always thought he was like the devil's son or something along those lines. This King Arthur stuff came out of nowhere for me. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it either though, because I didn't think it was interesting, but I didn't feel it was very creative the way they utilized it. They just kind of made King Arthur his dad, and then gave him Excalibur. That was kind of the extent. It could have almost been anybody really. Like I enjoyed the initial part where we get King Arthur and Merlin established as the ones who had locked up the Blood Queen originally. That was cool. Then they switch it over and they're like, yeah, but he had some kids. They had some kids. One of those kids eventually went to hell and had a baby. That was you, Hellboy. And I was like, wait. Oh, okay, I guess we're going to just go with that. All right, so Hellboy is a descendant of King Arthur. I really would like to know if that's from the comic books. I'm going to have to go look this up now to see. But be sure to let me know in the comments below if you've seen the if you've read the comics, and seen this movie. Is that from the comics? Am I missing something? Has Hellboy always been a descendant of King Arthur? Have I always just been missing something? I gotta rewatch the first two Hellboys to see if I definitely missed something from those. I swear it was all just hell stuff, not for the glory of England. But yeah, overall, I thought that was just an interesting thing that they added into it. Didn't bring the story up another level. I think they definitely added that in to try and be a cool twist that is going to make this movie stick out a lot more than it definitely has so far. Because it's, from the reviews I've heard about it so far, and after having seen it, I get why this isn't going to make. This is not the Infinity War. This is the Breaker. Isn't the Shazam of Dark Horse. This is kind of just, it's just going to be there. But I still thought that was an interesting thing to add in, and I'm very curious why they why they went that direction, if it is a connection to the comics or not. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, but at the same time, I don't think it overall changed much about the story. The fact that another spoiler thing that I thought was just poor choice, but at the same time, I guess that maybe connects into the comics. But they killed off Ian McShane, Dad, aka the Professor. And this happened in the first Hellboy. That one had a little more significance. This one does have some significance, but at the same time, I'm like, but I barely got him in this. I saw him just as much in the John Wick trailer before this movie as I saw him in this movie, and then he dies. And I'm like, but I just want to see him McShane more. I just want to see him around. And so that was a little thing that was like a little disappointing about the fact that they ended up killing him off. I understand, having to provide that motivation, that additional motivation for Hellboy, but I still don't like it because I love Ian McShane and I want him to hang out. I really hope his name's Ian McShane and I haven't been screwing it up this whole time. But yeah, the last spoiler thing that happened in this, in the Hellboy movie that I just was going to talk about in this video, is they had a little Abe Sapien Easter egg at the very, very end of the movie, and I thought that was cool. That's exactly what I expected to be. When I heard that there wasn't Abe Sapien wasn't part of the the main crew, I knew he was going to pop up in either like a post credit, which I didn't stick around to see if there was any, but he did pop up at the very end, just his hand and a little name tag. But that was cool. It was nice to see that they're trying to hopefully build this forward. I don't know exactly if they're going to get a second one or not, just based off of the initial reviews I've heard so far, and the fact that I was in a almost completely empty theater. There was 4 other people in the theater with me, but this was also an early Saturday morning one. It's a beautiful day out, so people maybe didn't feel like going to see Hellboy. But we'll have to wait till the weekend's over to see what its box office is. But yeah, that's my spoiler thoughts on the new Hellboy movie. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought of the new Hellboy movie, what you thought of the King Arthur thing, the King Arthur lineage and Excalibur coming into play, and how you felt about the dad dying. I know that's probably from the comics. Yeah, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.